gang, welcome to an all-new toy review right here on ToyWorldOrder.com with me, Devall, and my buddy Dave Draper.
Yay! Wait, didn't I just do the intro?
No, that was an unboxing. That was like the last video. That was a video
okay. That was a different video.
That was when I was dejected because this was all we got, and there should be more. Because when you went all in, you went all in. It's very sad. There's only a few figures. I mean, I'm excited. There's more coming.
Yeah.
But I really want to do big. Look at all these figures! There's like 100 figures on the table. It's amazing! Oh my god! My dreams are shattered.
Well, if they stick with 2 shipments, the next one should be pretty flippin' large.
Be a big box, man.
Yeah, it should be.
We'll come back with another unboxing video when that one shows up, because that one's going to be huge.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be a happier Devall.
Oh my.
But
gang, we finally got our hands on Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S from Boss Fight Studios. Now, this Kickstarter was backed almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, because it was originally due out not February, but the February before that, yes. And it had hit in that summer before that.
Yes.
So math.
But Boss Fight has been really good throughout the course of when the Kickstarter ended and everything from there on out.
There were issues beyond their control, and they were very good about letting us know what was going on, and they were giving you constant updates. And they were great. They were fantastic. And they have delivered on everything they promised and more with this figure line, which if you actually go to Boss Fight Studio, I believe their website is bossfightstudio.com. Sure.
I might be wrong on that. Dave, look it up on your phone, quick.
It should be on the packaging somewhere.
I don't think it's on the packaging. Okay. But they have a lot of these figures for sale in their store. You can buy some of these. Of course, you won't be able to buy the Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's bossfightstudio.com. I told you it was on the packaging.
Oh, yeah, there's bossfightstudio.com. But you'll be able to buy most of the regular figures in the waves. You won't be able to buy any of the stretch goals, of course.
Yeah, there are a few unique Kickstarter-only things.
Such as the Talos,
yeah,
the Eternal Warrior of Bronze. But you can go to bossfightstudios.com, check out their store, and purchase a lot of these great figures, which we're going to take a look at a number of them today. Now, of course, Dave backed this line because of the Gorgons.
Yes. Because
Dave wanted Gorgons, and they were amazing. So the first pictures we saw of these were like, oh...
because that's the thing is I was a kid when Clash of the Titans came out, and that was one of my great sort of heartbreaks is that they never did a figure for the Medusa, because the Medusa design, the Harryhausen Medusa design was amazing. It was very cool, and we finally, where is she?
Right here.
Yeah, we finally get one,
yeah.
And I was over the moon. And the fact that they're 4 inches and they're designed by the people who've done modern G.I. Joe and Star Wars, and these guys know what they're doing. And they do a lot of they contribute to a lot of these other lines too, usually quite quietly. But yeah, if it's a good toy, they probably had a hand in it.
Yes, very true. The packaging for these things is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now, we on our podcast, Dave and Devall's Toys and Collectibles, have spoken to one of the members of Boss Fight Studios, Mr. Eric Aranya, a number of times now over the course of the Kickstarter ending and beyond that. We've talked to him a couple times.
Yeah.
And through the talks, one of the things that was discussed was the packaging. Will these be resealable packaging, or will they be blister carded, where you have to rip, the bubble off the card? And at the time, I know a couple of times, they were really up in the air whether or not they could do that. Well, the packaging for these, I can attest, are resealable. They are easy to take out, so you can take them out, display them,
They
put them
are
back.
very similar to the ones that Fresh Monkey Fiction did for their Golden Age toy line, actually.
Very, very similar. But these packages are great. The artwork on these are amazing.
You peel out the backer, and then you just...
The figure and her little bubble comes out.
Yeah.
The artwork on these is unbelievable. I mean,
it's gorgeous.
Just the original artwork that was produced for this, and of course
James
Griffiths did all the card art with packages designed by Troy McKay, and they just did an amazing job on these for the fact that they just are beautiful. I mean, just this beautiful, huge carded image, the Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S logo. I can't talk. I'm so excited. I can't talk.
I think the Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S is the accessory, the playset that's coming.
Yes. And of course, the back you have a big bio card, which is pretty darn cool. The fact that they made bios for everyone.
They made bios, and it's interesting that the
historical documentation and a temporal log,
which they had hinted that much like John Kent's Toyfinity, that there was going to be a larger overarching storyline for all the different waves.
And it's just, and of course, the back of the package shows all 4 waves of the first Kickstarter release figures.
Although I believe technically it's like a Netflix thing. They're all coming out at once.
Yeah, they are all coming out at once. And then you've got, Dave got the blanks, which the blank figures are perfect for customizers. And what's cool about these, you think you would have to tear these open too, but these are resealable as well. They are resealable as well.
I hadn't looked at the blanks too close.
So the blanks packaging is just kind of a poly bag look, but they've just got that resealable sticker on the back that you could reseal them if you wanted. So you take them out, display them, decide you don't want to display the blanks, or you decide you don't want to use them anymore, you put them back in the package, and all is well. And then we've got Talos here in the box. That, of course, the one of the stretch goal figures. They made a box of him, which was a little bit more cost effective than making him another packaged figure.
I think that was distinguish him from the regular
line. Yes, and of course he's on the back. He's got a little bio card there as well. But the artwork on here is all, of course, black and white. And he in here, instead of being just like a bagged figure in a box, they actually did go ahead and.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of crap.
He's got a bunch of crap and put him in a little blister there as well. But these are the figures that Dave and I had been waiting for some time to see, because
these were the ones that I was super excited. I mean, I've been happy with a lot of the ones that we've gotten. I love I Am Elemental.
Yeah.
I think those are fantastic. I'm excited about Wave 2. I love Marauder stuff, but I mean, it's cool mythology, monster stuff. I just go right back to my D&D playing nerd days, and I love these things.
Wait, are your D&D nerd role-playing days over?
I don't have anyone to game with, so no.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm a horrible best friend because I don't like to play D&D.
Oh, I know.
I'm a horrible best friend. I failed you on all levels.
You have, actually.
Well, what do you say we take an up-close and personal look at each one of these figures and give you a look at the Gorgons, the Spartans, our Talos, the Eternal Warrior Bronze, our Cursed Spartan, and so much more. Blackadder, the blanks. Let's take a look at all of them and check them out. All right. Finally, we get the Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S in our own slimy little hands.
Yay.
Well, my hands may be slimy. Speaking of slimy, again, the reason why Dave bought these, we'll slide out some of these other figures here so we can take a look. Let's take a look at Medusa. The Gorgons here. Of course, what's funny is the Gorgons all come with little. Everybody comes with a display base.
Yeah, a little boss fight display base.
Little boss fight fused display base there. Got little two little pegs. Looks like a little comet almost. Fireball, I guess you could say, but the Boss Fight Studios logo there. Medusa comes with. She has two extra little.
All the Gorgons come with two little hands.
All the Gorgons come with two little extra sets of hands. You can see back here. There. And the Medusa herself. The Gorgons here. I think what really sold this Kickstarter. Now, I mean, along the fact with Boss Fight's amazing sculpting and painting abilities, and just as a company in general, but the Gorgons is what really made everyone go, ooh, of course, as Dave said, everyone at Boss Fight has worked on the Hasbro brands of G.I. Joe and Star Wars at one point or another, so they're very, you will be very familiar with the articulation on these figures, as they have the, normal 3 3/4 inch articulation that we knew and loved before it was pulled away from us horribly by Hasbro when they decided to go back to 5 points of articulation. But anyone that's collected for years will be
you can put these things next to your modern Joes and you would not be able to tell the difference.
No.
Except that these things are painted a little bit better.
These things are painted way better than most of the Hasbro stuff was. Like for instance, all of Medusa's snakes here have some great detail to them. Two different colors of green here really make the snakes on her head pop out. The face there alone, I mean, look at the paint apps on that face. They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Boss Fight was very adamant about having the highest standards possible for their production facilities overseas, and it really has paid off, especially when we look at the back of Medusa here. But all of her little intricate armor here is removable. Like you could take the shoulder parts off, you could take the hip pad off here, and what's remarkable about the Gorgons is, of course, the tails. The tails here.
Now, not every Gorgon's going to have tails. The 3 that we got today do, but not everyone will.
Yes, but you can see the paint on the back of Medusa's. The paint details are amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, just amazing. But of course, the Gorgons here, the tails are these.
Well, it's soft plastic.
They're soft plastic, but if you this make Dave very nervous here. They're all individually ball jointed pieces. So they're all individually, they connect together to form one giant articulated ball jointed snake tail, which you can see moves very well. Takes a little bit of getting used to lining up the scales, so the scales stay pretty much consistent as they were. But since that's soft plastic on here, it does revolve, it does move around the joints. You can kind of Of course, you can move the joint in there to get that. And as you can see with this piece here, let me take, again, making Dave very nervous. As you can see here, the skin just sits, they just sit on top of those ball joints like so. So very, very soft skin. Are you still nervous, Dave?
No.
Okay. And again, they just pop back together just like so. Very, very easy to trade. If you wanted your Gorgons to have a different tail, you could very easily do that. The weapons here, like her Medusa's whip, is a very, very soft plastic, so it does have that whip kind of quality. And then she comes with a little bone knife that actually, if you take the bone knife, get the bone knife out of her hand, take the bone knife out of her hand, she actually has a little spot on her armor here that you can actually slide, and that's soft plastic too. She can actually slide the bone knife into the little sheath down there, so she's always got it at her hip. But
and hopefully the next shipment, but presumably one shipment one day. I mean, all these accessories are they've made all these different accessory sets, so there'll be like these whips in like black and red and
blood red and
various other colors. So I mean, if you don't like the color of it, there are replacements.
Yes.
So
very beautiful figure though, and then you move on to
just bring her back real quick. Okay. One little detail that she has the others who don't. As I said, Clash of the Titans is a big influence on me, and she even has the little rattlesnake rattle.
Yes.
Which she had in the movie.
Yes.
So I'm not sure how they're not getting sued, but that's cool.
Let's take a look. Why don't you take a look at Black Racer, Dave?
Okay, and that's some of these Gorgons. Some of the other Gorgons are based on actual snakes, and she's obviously based on like the Black Mamba.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah. So much is falling off of her right now.
Yeah.
And again, stuff like the helmets here, like
the helmet
is removable, and it's a little bit harder plastic than some of the weapons.
And the shield is very hard plastic, which is being a little bit of an issue for us getting them to hold them just right. In fact, but I mean, if you look. She won't let it go. If you look at the detail on the shield, it's amazing. And even on the back, we noticed little spots that if you wanted to attach actual straps for yourself, they got attachment points for
Yes, there are attachment points.
The level of detail is unbelievable. But yeah, she basically, she has a different armor piece than Medusa.
Bring it down a little bit more, Dave. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
But pretty much follows the same pattern. Medusa has a different tail tip, so no rattle. But yeah, and it's just got that kind of cool all black. It seems like there are two Gorgon heads. There's kind of the angry head, and then we'll see the other head in a minute. And she's got the
giant sword
and sheath. And this is an accessory we'll see again. They reuse this a couple times, but it's a sword and sheath. What are you gonna do?
It's pretty.
Just I mean, we're gonna burn out the whole. Look at all the articulation.
I know.
Amazing, but
yeah. Let's take a look at the coral Gorgon, which actually is one of my favorites. I love.
It was one of my favorites too.
I love the paint details of the coral snake are just gorgeous. I mean,
as I said, they base these on real world snakes, which is really cool.
And of course, there's the other Gorgon head that Dave was talking about. The very kind of subdued.
If I had one minor nitpick, I would have loved if instead of maybe hands, they just included both heads in each color.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
That would have been cool.
The armor here, which I don't think we've removed the armor. The armor is removable on pretty much everyone, so they snap via two little holes.
There's basically like 3 or 4 base figures, and then they do the thing where you can like mix and match.
Yeah, so you can take them apart here, and you can, of course, you can have her bare breasted there.
Yeah.
Or you can easily just put her armor back on her like so, and it's pretty easy. It just simply. It's actually much easier armor to get on than most other companies when they release armor of this nature. Like it's so much easier just to snap those 2 little pegs in there, which is nice. It's
well, again, these guys have worked on G.I. Joe and Star Wars. I mean, they know the drill.
Yes, they've been through the rigmarole.
Yeah.
Of course, the heads just pop back on there because they're ball jointed there. But again, man, just gorgeous. A lot of the Gorgons reuse this same kind of bone helmet.
Almost like a Gorgon skull helmet.
Yeah, almost like a Gorgon skull helmet that just sits on, and then of course our coral Gorgon here has a big blade there that she can hold on to.
She also came with the same shield that she came with the extra hands and the stand.
Yes, so the Gorgons are gorgeous. I mean, just look at that. I mean, again, the detail on these are just beautiful. I mean, just
they're
amazing.
Fantastic.
Yes, just simply stunning. And then let's take a look at our Spartan.
This is our cursed Spartan.
This is our cursed Spartan.
He's the guy that looked at Medusa. So
yes.
really, he's probably the wrong one to look at for articulation because he shouldn't really move.
He should not move, but again, we won't look too closely at the cursed Spartan because, well, he's supposed to look like stone. We'll get a better look at the Spartan when we actually look at our Spartan here in just a second. But very, very cool, a nice redeco figure. A lot of their
great idea for a redeco.
A lot of their redecos in this line for Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S are not just willy-nilly redecos. They are actually some thought made into color distinctions and characterizations and the ideas behind why there's different paint.
It shows what you can do with, not even necessarily limited, but what you can do with a set of parts.
Yes,
if you have a good imagination and talent.
Indeed, and these guys have talent in droves because these are beautiful. Speaking of our Spartan, take a look at our regular Spartan warrior here.
Yes.
As you can see, like what Dave said,
tell me that did not just step out of 300.
Oh no, it's gorgeous. I mean, just simply a stunning figure to come out of that fact. I mean, he comes with a little blade, so he's got a little sword that he comes with. He's got a bigger sword in his sheath. He's got a shield. He's got a spear. He's got an extra couple sets of hands here. The helmet's removable, so you can kind of get a look at what technically is our character of 300. Although there is a King.
There is a Leonidas figure coming,
there is Leonidas, but this looks much more, I think.
It does look like Gerald Butler.
Yeah, it does look much more like Jared Butler. But again, just the amazing articulation on these things. Like Dave said, the shields here, little tough to get him to actually hold on to the bar here.
A little tricky, yeah.
Little tricky.
I noticed that shield's actually different than all the other shields. It doesn't have the face on it. It's got the V like the Spartans had.
Yes,
that's what made me think of 300.
Yep, like the Spartans had. And then of course, here we'll take his spear out of his hand. Now this is something I wanted to point out on the regular Spartan figure here, and we talked about the mix and match nature of these characters, and the fact here we're gonna
break one of my toys.
We're gonna undress him here.
Never float your boat, Chief.
Get out there. Take his ball joint. Now, what's interesting about this, what Boss Fight did is they made this pretty darn simple to, like Dave said, to mix and match these characters.
Wow, you just totally.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I was reaching
down.
Now I've got a screwdriver out for a reason. On the back of all of these figures, on the human figures at least, there's a little screw. See a little screw right there? A little screw. And it's pretty easy, and this is where Dave gets nervous. You just simply take a screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver.
Not the part I was looking forward to, no.
And you unscrew that screw as Dave looks away horribly.
Well, I just remember that you started doing this with one of the other figures that wasn't designed to be taken apart. You started yanking off limbs.
But these, in fact, are designed to come apart. So you remove that screw. Oh, see, now the paint's all... because of the paint apps, I'm not going to be able to get him to come apart now. And I'm not going to force him because this is,
We'll do it with one of the blanks.
I will do it with one of the blanks. That's a good idea. But, of course, you should be able to take that screw out and pull him apart and literally pull the legs apart, pull everything apart. We'll, like Dave said, we'll take a look at the blanks. Let me put the screw back in him so Dave doesn't...
murder you?
Yes, not murdering Jason would be a wonderful, wonderful thing. There's an epic on-camera fail for you guys, you Boss Fighter fans. The fact that he would not come apart. I'm sure we'll hear from Mr. Aranya. You guys did it wrong. No, we didn't. We did it right. Here, Dave, you put the screw back in.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Here, I'm having trouble. But
we'll move on. You can break it, but you can't fix it.
That's right. We'll move on to Talos, our bronze warrior here.
Speaking of just gorgeous paint apps.
Oh my God! He's beautiful. Just a beautiful, beautiful figure overall. The fact that Talos literally looks like a bronze statue come to life, which is what he is. Just look at the way the green and the bronze. This is what happens to bronze statues.
Yeah, the patina.
Yeah, the patina happens in real life, and they went all out on the patina of this figure, and it just looks. Look at how he glistens in the light there. It's just simply amazing. Just stunning work, and of course, shield with the face on it, and it's got the same amount of patina. Our spear for Talos here. Talos' spear has got a certain level of patina on it, which is nice.
Now, one thing I will point out with him, which I feel kind of obligated to do, is this leg here, the thigh joint with a pin.
Yes.
I had some issues when I got him out of the box last night that the the pin wasn't quite properly through both holes, and it took me some doing. And you can maybe even see a little bit of an indentation of the pliers.
Trying to
get them pressed back in there. I think I got it pretty well.
Yeah.
But obviously that has not. I do not see that same issue with any of the other figures. So
it might have just been an isolated issue.
Oh, I'm sure it was just a factory.
There might be a couple factory isolated issues for a lot of people, but nothing horrible.
Something like this complicated with this many joints and stuff, you're going to have issues.
Yeah. And what's cool with this with Talos is the other Spartans didn't have it, but of course his vest here and his loincloth. He's got his sword sheath, so he can put his sword in here. But also on the back, he's also got a spot where you can plug the sword in as well, so he can put it on his back, which is kind of cool. The other Spartans do not have that feature, which kind of sucks because the other Spartans, like our regular Spartan, has 2 swords. He has a knife, a little shorter sword, and a longer sword. And you can only fit the long sword, and he can't really hold the spear, the shield, and the other knife. So it would have been nice to be able to put that on his back. But just simply stunning, like Dave said. Just amazing paintwork on these guys. Which is pretty cool. Oh, screwdriver's back.
I'm going to get my parts from my figure that you broke.
Dave's going to put the Spartan back together while we take a look at our blanks. Now, again, our blanks are, polybag. Hey, now.
Well, I'm just sorry.
Our blanks are, polybag figures, cardboard header card here, the Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S logo there with what looks like one of the blanks. And again, resealable packaging. So we just pull back the seal. That opens up both pockets here for parts and figure to come out of there, like so. Maybe. Possibly. There we go. And now the blanks are nice because all of the blanks... There we go. Of course, we've got our blank figure here. Very basic looking, figure, kind of very nude modelish. His toe, the feet even have toes sculpted, which is nice. So he's even got little toes. But what's great about the blanks here is while these are perfect for 3 3/4 inch customizers to build upon, to paint, to sculpt upon, to make your own character, they also go with a number of different heads. Like this one, while he comes with the bald head, he's also got a head that's a Caucasian head here. He's got a African American head that you can put on. He's got a kind of a superhero mask head.
Really?
Yep. There's a superhero mask head with no mouth. Basically looks like he's wearing a mask, almost Deadpoolish. Comes with a couple of different hands there. There's a couple of different little tiny hands, and some feet. He comes with basically what I'd like to call the superhero boots. So these kind of solid piece superhero boots here. And then, of course, our Spartan sandal feet. So he does come with those, which are kind of cool. But again, just overall, just, a really well done figure. And then we'll try it here with the blanks. We'll take the screw out of the blank because it looks like his, since these are not painted, it might be a little easier to show you.
Me.
What's happening?
Just get my stuff.
So, taking the screw out of him. That basically allows you to pull apart.
It's just that easy.
The waist part here. So the waist comes apart there. It's plugged in. It's just that easy, Dave says. Possibly.
He's been waiting for 2 years to tear these things apart.
Oh my God, you have no idea. There we go. So we take the waist apart. You can get a better idea of how Boss Fight has built upon these figures, how they have built these characters to be this certain way. They've got the ball joints here in the chest that they can come out. Give you an idea of, there's a little bit of a kind of a bigger ball joint there for the hips that maneuver, and that just pops out of there like so. Then you've got your legs here. You can take the feet off. You can take the legs off these figures. You can mix and match these characters and these figures pretty easily. I'm not sure how. I'd have to look again to see how the legs come apart. I'm not going to pull too hard on those because again, me no likey Angry Dave. So we won't be breaking any blanks today.
That would be good.
But you get an idea of how easy it is just to kind of pull the screw out of there, pull the figures apart all the way down to the bare bone minimum, and you can really mix and match your characters to your heart's content, pretty much, with this line of figures. And of course, he simply, you know, can pop back together pretty simply. A lot easier than when I had a heck of a time getting them apart. But popping them back together, and you just put the screw back in, and you really can customize these figures to your heart's content. I mean, just really customize the heck out of them. Which,
and to be perfectly blunt, part of the reason I was just a little disappointed that we only got a couple figures in the first shipment is I have a plan for a couple of the blanks and some of the accessories. Like, I already have a figure that I want to cobble together.
Yes.
So I was really excited. So I'm kind of like, I'm still excited. But I was like, oh, well, I don't know how many parts I want.
Yeah, so pretty fascinating. And then, of course, one of our buddies' major poisons, that being Pixel Dan, is translucent figures. And there are a number of translucent blank figures in this wave. And this being the orange, I'm not sure if he's got a name or not.
They all have names.
Yeah. This packaging's kind of...
well, I think for the blanks, they didn't really...
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah.
But he's...
but he does have... They all have specific names. It was on the packing sheet, which I left at home.
Pretty fascinating. Again, anyone who ever wants to trap a Pixel Dan, that's your poison right there.
Don't forget the glow-in-the-dark ones.
Glow-in-the-dark ones, yes. But we won't take a look. I know a lot of people are very happy about the translucent figure here and how you kind of see how the light dances through him, which is kind of cool. Very neat looking. I don't want to take him out of the package though, because we've already looked at quite a bit here. We've looked at so much, and taken a look at a number of these figures. But just the sheer amount of, you know, great. It's much easier to see the articulation on a blank than it is one of the regular figures. But, you know, double jointed knees, the elbows, you know, the heads here, the way the bodies can articulate back and forth on these characters. You know, you've got you just got a great range of movement on these figures. And make posing them a lot of fun. I know Dave's got, I mean, look at that. I mean, with the help of the stand.
Yeah.
I mean, friggin' cool. I mean, seriously, just friggin' amazing figures. Just overall a great release, and especially a first release from Boss Fight Studios. There you go, gang. There's a look at Dave's first shipment of Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S from Boss Fight Studios. Now, we'll be back real soon with the look at the rest of the characters, and cross fingers, here real soon with the rest of the characters from this amazing launch.
Yeah, it was well worth the wait. These things are fantastic.
Super worth the wait. If you guys want to check out things, you can go to bossfightstudios.com and see what they have to order there, because I know they were selling out of some stuff. So you might want to go and rush if you were very interested in these figures and pick up some of these, because they are well worth it.
And the one thing that we forgot to mention, because none were in the shipment, but there's a whole like 5 or 6 skeleton figures, which are going to be amazing to play with.
I cannot wait to show you guys those. Those are going to be spectacular. But make sure you tune in and check us out in the future. Go to youtube.com/ToyWorldOrder, hit subscribe, mash the like button. We've got lots of stuff, including, like I said, more Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S coming up that we're going to show you, so make sure you check that out. And gang, until next time, of course, special thanks to Mr. Dave Draper for bringing them by to check out, because...
Yeah. Thanks. He's like, bring them over. I must have them all. We must review them now. Don't touch them.
But gang, until next time,
keep playing with your toys.
Take care, guys. We'll see you real soon for another look at Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S.
Me and you have new ones, and you have to keep them in the packaging for the packaging shot of the reviews.
No, you can open the other ones. We've already shown them the packaging.
Okay, good.
See you guys next time.